All right, a couple things before we get started. These meetings are televised live, so when you approach the podium, please speak loudly, tell us who you are, the business you represent, and you can lay your plans down at the table alongside the podium. So we've got 5 applicants on the agenda tonight, and we'll start. Well, before we do that, let me just backtrack. Did everybody get a chance to check out the minutes from last month?
Yes, I did.
Colin?
Yeah.
Okay, make it motion if you want to.
Motion to approve last month's minutes.
I second.
Okay, thank you.
Aye.
All right, so we'll get started with first applicant tonight, DRB 2024-41, the application at 113 South Wayne Avenue for some facade changes, and it's zoned under the Wayne Business Overlay District. Hello there.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
My name's Gabrielle. I am opening up a bridal boutique. So I need signage for my bridal boutique.
Okay.
We're pretty much taking the sign we had from the previous tenant, and we're just adding my logo.
Okay.
The
Did you bring any-
dimensions should be the same, and I handed them in to you guys.
Okay, did you bring any tonight?
I did not, but I
No.
can email it to you.
Why don't you, if you don't mind, for the viewers at home, just lay the plans out on the table. Thank you. So there's a couple things going on. So you're going to change the front of the store also, correct?
Yes, I'm gonna make
Okay. Just right on the table there?
Oh.
Yeah, the camera will pick it up. Okay, you can rip them apart and spread them out if you want.
So that is gonna be my sign.
Okay, and I'm going to ask you also to please talk into the microphone. And if it's more convenient,
Yep. So that's my sign.
Handheld.
It just says Her Bridal Collective.
okay.
And then as you can see right there, that was where the previous sign was, so we'll just be replacing that. There's the lot.
Okay, what type of material on the sign? What are you going to use?
I will be using an ACM panel with digitally printed graphics and gloss laminate. The entire assembly anchored in place of existing sign is shown. Paint heads of anchors black and install on black portions of sign face. It will be Pantone P179, which is a off-white color.
And any illumination, any lighting?
No.
None. Okay. Okay, what do you guys feel about that?
Here is the window and the door that will be. So that is the old window and door, and it will be replaced to match the next door building.
Okay, we're going to just go back to the signs for a second. So you're only allowed to be,
2 birds with 1 stone.
you can't be higher than 15 feet from grade. It looks like your sign is going to be a little under 12 feet, so your height is okay on that. No lighting. They're going to have to hide the fasteners the best they can. You're not allowed to see screws or anything like that, so.
Okay.
It sounds like they're going to screw it into the black and then cover it up, so.
Yes.
Okay, just make sure.
Okay.
All right. What else you guys see on that sign?
So is this a picture of New Wayne Pizza?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the.
Okay. Just for clarification.
No problem, yeah. So my name's Vince Spizzato. I am one of the owners of New Wayne Pizza, and I own all 3 buildings.
Right.
Okay.
Moving to the right. This building is the last one without the matching facade. So
Okay.
we're going to replace it with the same facade, and that's shown up there. So it basically is, yeah.
Thank you.
So you'll also be replacing the white door? with
Yes,
the black.
yes, the door and the picture window will be replaced.
Okay. So it's funny, it was a hair salon before the watch shop.
It was a hair salon.
Right, now
yes.
it's going back to a hair salon, so, yeah. Okay. The sign on
I
the
don't
side.
think, it's a, I don't
I'm
think
sorry.
you're a hair salon, no, right?
Wedding dress store, but it's
Oh, I'm sorry, it's a wedding dress. Okay, sorry about that.
To clarify your
All
story
right, okay, sorry about that.
for the viewers at home.
Thanks, Colin. All right, so you said hair salons open and all that. Sorry. The sign on the side of the building, it's coming down?
That's coming down.
Okay. The side of the building's pretty beaten up.
You know that.
Okay,
Yeah. So we'll probably paint it.
okay.
So-
Clean it up a little bit.
You're gonna paint
Definitely.
the
Yeah,
brick?
yeah.
Yeah, it's
It was
white.
previously painted. We're not going to paint it
There
now,
are day, wow.
but
Right.
we will.
Okay.
The previous tenant was in there for over 25 years. So, we're happy to have Gabby come in with a,
Yeah.
with the bridal shop.
Okay, good.
Are you going to keep the red rose bush? The red rose bush.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you can't walk by there, right?
All right, what else, guys?
I got nothing.
Just to let you know also, you can use up to 20% of your front window for advertising. So if you want to put some signage, some people put like some vinyl letters at the bottom. So it's your call.
And you need to put the address on the door.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's done per code, yep.
okay.
Vince, is the awning coming down above the door?
No, it's staying.
Okay.
All right, so it's pretty simple. All right. And so,
How about the two trellis sides? They're gone?
They're gone, yeah.
Okay.
They disappeared in the middle of the night. So,
Maybe the demo guys?
I don't know. Yeah, they wanted them, yeah.
all right. I have a question for you, Rob. Okay, you're going to come up front, though. Yeah, let us know who you are.
My name's Anthony Paoletti, and my question for you is, if we do paint the side of the building, do we have to come back for approval for the?
I would say as long as it's white now.
Yeah.
I think as long as you keep it white. I
Oh,
think if you change your color, you're going to have to come back, but keep it white, and you should be fine.
No, thank
Yeah,
you.
just basically cleaning things up at that point, so, all right. Okay, so we good with signage?
Yes.
Okay, all right, and then we'll just double-check everything on the front of the store. Any other questions for the facade changes?
No, I think it looks good.
Pretty simple, you mentioned the address on the
Yeah,
door
maybe the
somewhere.
address goes in the transom above the
Yeah,
door.
But, even though we think the fire company will know where you are, but
Okay, and that little front there, you're going to brick up underneath the window, I think there's an opening as such?
Yeah, so this, like we said before, is a picture of New Wayne, so it'll be bricked up. It'll
Yeah.
be brick.
Right, okay, good. Okay. And there's a bracket, it looks like, from the gas meter?
gotcha.
Is that just an
That
old
remains.
bracket?
Excuse me?
Is it just an old bracket, or is it actually the gas meter?
There's a gas meter there.
Oh, it is a gas meter, okay. It's hard to tell in the photograph, okay. All right,
It's one other thing, Lisa reminded us that they need to put the calculations for the sign size in their application.
Okay.
When they submit it.
I think they have the calculations, I don't think they have the sign height from grade.
Okay.
So, yeah, if we can just clear that up for the township files, just get some more precise calculations on the signage. Okay, yeah,
Okay, I believe Gabby spoke to the representative from the township.
Yes.
And he spoke to the sign company, but we can confirm all that.
yeah,
Sure.
just so the township has it in their files, so, okay? Yeah,
I'm not sure which version you have there, but the new version was changed with the proper signage sizing
okay,
yesterday.
okay,
So we have that. I can email it over to you. It has the exact.
Yeah.
The township required it, a minor adjustment to that.
Right.
So we made the minor adjustment, replicated the exact same proposal, and we have that. And you have, somebody, the sign, the township has that.
yeah, okay, good.
Thank you.
Or, not yet, Lisa? Okay. All right, we'll make sure that you guys get it to the township, so. All right, what else, guys?
Nothing.
Nothing? Lisa? Any other questions or comments for the board? You guys are good? When do you expect to open?
September 4th.
Okay, right in time for wedding season, huh? Okay.
Could be a busy morning with school opening.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Want to take it, Colin?
Matter of DRB 2024-41, motion to approve new wall signage and new storefront.
Okay, do I hear a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot.
Good luck.
All right, next on the agenda tonight is DRB 2024-42, the application of AC Fitness, thank you, at 215 Sugartown Road for a monument sign and a wall sign. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Good. How you doing?
Thank you.
I thought we see Dennis tonight.
He's a little under the weather right now.
Okay, well, tell him we said hi.
Hi, I'm Joe Dale. This is Liam Flaherty from Demeron Sign Company. Basically, we're just refacing the La Maison sign to ACAC, who is moving in there and taking over their spot. So we're just redoing the pylon faces the way they are now. They're pierced aluminum faces with backlit with plexiglass. They're illuminated, but only the letters light up. And then the wall sign, we're removing their metal letters and putting up individual lit channel letters in the same place. Basically, same square footage.
Okay. What do you guys think?
Do you see any issues with potential brick issues once the old sign's removed, or will you be covering most of the?
We'll be covering a good amount of it, but they said they were, anything that wasn't covered, they were going to repair. That's why we chose to use the channel letters on a raceway, because that's going to cover a good
Yeah.
portion.
Yeah. You think the raceway will be seen, or? we're covering
Well,
anything?
no, it'll be painted to match the facade as best as possible.
gotcha.
Most of it's covered up with the letters. You can see just the small between the letter, in the,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. How big are those letters?
On here. Hold on one second.
22. I guess from that distance from the road, you almost need it.
22-inch letters.
22, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when they came in, and it's much higher than 15 feet from grade, but
But it was there.
and we kind of looked at the grade as being the upper parking lot, it kind of sits in that.
Sidewalk grade kind of.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
tough application in that spot.
I think overall it's about 19 roughly.
Right.
But that's, where it was before. And it's really sort of high to come, if you come down to 15, we have to remove the letters underneath and move them down.
I bet
And-
if you measured from like sidewalk height, you'd be right at 15.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
That driveway is pretty recessed.
All right, so we're good on the, good on the wall sign?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. Let's take a look at the monument sign. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so the middle top is what's there now. Bottom right, well, for me anyway, bottom right is what's going up. Basically, the same exact, we're using the same structure, just refacing it with pierced aluminum faces.
Does their monument sign at the Radnor Corporate Center mimic that?
I think so. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but
Specifically if it says that wording at the bottom.
yeah, oh yeah, the bounce back
back.
physical. Yeah, it's the same on the La Maison sign. They just they sort of bounced it out a little differently, but
What does bounce back mean? Is that like a
honestly,
service
I
they
don't-
offer or a term?
That's the existing business. So it's La Maison, which is the gym, and then Bounce Back Physical Therapy is, I believe, it was a sister business within the same company. And they're staying within the gym, and ACAC is just taking over operations of the physical gym itself.
Did we see a significant bounce back? Not that I care. but-
Well, I'm sure they came in.
just don't remember.
Yeah, together.
Okay. Thanks
yeah,
for the
I think
clarification.
Denron manufactured those La Maison faces probably 10 or 12 years
Yeah.
ago.
There is
Oh,
a
no,
problem.
That's a recent application.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
The alarm-
changed, yeah.
the
I was-
Maison.
I was on the board
Right,
when
when
it
that came through, yeah.
Not 10 years ago.
So with the ground sign, there is an issue, though. You're only allowed 30 square feet, and somehow that thing's
Somehow
floating
that got
up to
pushed through.
35 plus.
Yeah,
So
what is
can
it
you
now?
cut it a little bit?
It's 35 3/4, yeah.
Yeah, 30 is the max.
Is the base existing?
Everything's there, yeah. We're only redoing faces. It's been up for years.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't think it would be an issue, because we're just
Yeah.
swapping out the face.
And in the springtime, you or the landscape company worked on the flower bed and the retaining, like they put new timbers in along the edge of the parking lot, I believe,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm sorry, what was that, Jane? About
In the
landscaping?
springtime, either
Yeah.
the new owners or landscape people, before they changed owners,
Right.
they put in new, pressure-treated timbers along the parking area to to make the planting area, I don't know, not flowing into the parking lot.
Okay.
So they worked on the landscape a little bit, not that you really would notice.
Well, it looks like they could use a little landscaping at the
Yeah.
base of this big
That's what I'm
time.
just saying,
Yeah.
they didn't do much.
No, they didn't do much, and it'd be nice to hide that electrical box, right?
Yep, I would think so.
So why don't we make that part of the
Okay.
motion? But I think we're probably going to have to refer to Kevin on this. We have an existing sign, it's 35.75 if you're going to replace it in kind, and you're only allowed 30. So I think.
Wouldn't that be grandfathered in based on it was approved at
Well,
that before?
We're going to check with the
Okay.
code official for Radnor
Okay.
and see what he says.
Because that would entail basically a whole new sign. We
Exactly,
couldn't-
yeah. you
We
hate to
couldn't
do
cut that frame down.
Right, okay. So that's going to be a decision for the higher up, basically.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything about that, Jane? Just give us 1 second.
Yeah, Kevin left a message with them,
Yeah,
and they need to confirm the panel replacement is the same as existing.
okay. Which the panel replacement is same as existing.
I'm sorry?
The panel you're replacing is the same.
Oh, yeah, they're exactly the same. Like you could, if you look at I can put them next to each other. It may make it
Yeah.
a little easier.
Oh, no, it looks like that's what
Yeah.
you're up to.
Yeah, they're exactly the same. We're literally just, there's a retainer with a metal face. We're
Right.
taking off that retainer and putting it back up with a new metal
Okay,
face.
all right. So we'll just, hold tight until we find out one way or the other. Don't go ahead making your new sign
Okay,
until you get an okay.
okay.
I mean, we got some comments from
Oops,
Kevin.
I'm sorry.
We got some comments from Kevin prior to the meeting because he couldn't attend, but he didn't mention the size of the sign, so
Okay.
we'll just have to confirm.
Okay. So we just wait to hear from you then on that?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Your height is okay, you're allowed up to 8 feet, so you're good that way. So, okay. Any other questions, comments from the board? You guys are good?
Fine, and Kevin just needs to
Right.
look at the monument.
Okay. Gentlemen, any questions for us?
No, I don't have any
questions?
questions.
Okay. All right, so that's, like I say, we're going to have to figure this one out.
Okay.
On the size, so you are a
problem. We'll
little
let
too
them know.
large, so.
All right.
Yeah, do you think Denron manufactured a previous sign?
I think so. I'd have to check into it. Do you?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
That was
I
before
have
my
to
time.
check into it. I'm pretty sure we did,
Mm-hmm.
unless it was a different location. I know we did do a La Maison sign just like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's one
There's one
center,
down further, right?
in Radnor.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can check into that. But
Okay.
either way, like I said, we're just simply removing
No, I
the face
understand, yeah.
and replacing it with the same exact size.
The other thing that's to their benefit is that it's parallel to the street rather than perpendicular.
Oh, yeah, I don't,
It's not blocking any
no,
line of sight.
right, I don't think the board has an issue with, a little over 5 extra feet. but
Yeah. Kevin's got to approve it.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, good. All right, Jane, you want to take this one?
Okay. For DRB 2024-4042, for a new wall sign and monument sign for AC Fitness, 125 Sugartown Road, Wayne. We approved the wall sign and the monument sign, except the monument sign is 35.7 feet, and under the code, it's allowed 30 feet. So Denron sign will check with Kevin Kuchansky concerning the size issue.
Yeah.
And we also recommend that the landscaping around the monument sign be improved.
Okay. Very second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your
Okay,
time.
all righty.
Have a good night.
You too, thank you.
Thank you again.
You bet, all righty. Okay. Next on tonight's agenda is DRB 2024-43, the application of Belrose Cap at 333 Belrose Avenue for exterior renovations. Okay. So it'll make life a little easier for you guys. We've got a handheld mic also. Looks like you've got some pretty extensive plans there, so.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Is there a computer? I brought a jump drive. Would that be easier?
You can hook up on the podium.
Yeah. I don't have it.
We may need our
Ian to come
IT
out.
guru.
Okay, but then we'll just do it like this. Like,
You sure? You're all right with that?
He's available. I mean, you can start if you want.
what do you think, Dan? Good with this?
It's gonna be like
gonna be easier on a jump drive for something
All right, well,
like that.
yeah, okay, if you don't mind.
Okay.
We'll just make it easier.
Here comes Ian.
There we go. Johnny on the spot.
Remember to bring my laptop next time.
We usually have it set up. Most people at these meetings use the physical plans.
It's a little easier.
And then, do you want to start on the laptop or the
I think we'll start on the laptop. I think that's a little easier, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, guys, how you making out there?
What?
How you making out?
Oh, we're hooked in. We're just waiting for him to switch the feed here.
Okay, good.
Oh, I think that's it. All right, maybe we'll
All right.
start with existing photos just to give a little
All
context.
right, tell us who you are and,
My name is Joseph Daimler, and I've got Dan Hess here. I'm from Barber Giesel Design. Dan is with the landscape architect, Hess Landscape Architects.
good.
And Adobe has decided to update. Okay, great, no. So we are proposing two signs. One is an existing monument sign, and one is an existing wall-mounted sign. There would be no change to the existing size of the signs. I did speak with Kevin Kachansky about replacing them in kind in
Okay.
terms of size and their location.
And he was good with that?
He indicated he was fine with that, correct.
Okay.
There's an existing sign on Belrose Lane, which is just perpendicular to King of Prussia Road. R5 is kind of over here. The existing building is painted kind of a dark brown. We're proposing to change that to a lighter gray blue, lighter, brighter, a nicer presence in the neighborhood. This is the south side of the building, which I'm calling it a courtyard. It's sort of a protected space with a fence. This is the north side of the building facing King of Prussia Road. You can see the second wall sign here. This is just a view inside the courtyard. This is not really visible from a public way. We have a proposed modification to one of the openings on this end. And these are just two enlarged images of the signs. You can see there's existing lighting. We would probably repair in kind. So these are some quick renderings. I think we can go to the 2D drawings if you'd like, but they might tell the story a little better. So the overall building is going to be painted a light shade of gray blue. There is an existing chiller fence here, which is going to be replaced to the existing height, but with a slightly different design, again, conveying garden, improving its impact on the streetscape, as that's where the restaurant currently has their chillers and kitchen entrance. It's pretty ugly, you know, and it's the first thing you see when you pull off of King of Prussia Road. So making that a little nicer. Again, here's another view of the building with a lighter overall kind of touch. We are proposing removing the existing awnings, one of which has signage, in lieu of putting a bracketed pergola, and then leaving some of the other awnings off. Again, it'll brighten up the interior as well. Again, here's a view kind of from south, looking at the building in the parking lot. Dan's team is proposing some improved plantings. They're sort of, it's a little wild right now. So again, picking things that are in keeping with the neighborhood and climate, and just improving the overall look of the building. The existing fence, which is sort of a redwood color, would get stained a semi-solid stain. And again, there it is from the front, a little zhuzhed. And then here's a view inside the courtyard. We're proposing revising. There's sort of a cacophony of different sized openings. We're looking to put a nanowall or nanowall-like product in that courtyard to improve it for the guests of the restaurant. And again, that's not technically visible from a public way, but I think it is important to the story of the building. So there is that. I'll go up to the 2D drawings just so you can see those. Again, I talked to Kevin about the size of the signage, given that we straddle 3 different zoning ordinances. Again, we would replace the signage in kind to the size, either a painted wood or a wood look composite sign. And again, the lighting is provided by fixtures at the top of the monument sign and underneath the wall-mounted sign. Here's the location of the sign on the facade that faces King of Prussia Road. Here is the proposed modifications to the courtyard wall. And here is the Belrose Lane elevation showing the location of the bracketed pergola. And again, these windows all have awnings, which would be removed. I will let Dan speak a little bit to the proposed landscape changes.
Before we jump to the landscape,
Yes.
let's just stop there. Do we have any questions?
No, I
As
looked
far
at
as
it,
the
it's very
exterior,
nice. I mean,
Colin?
it's almost, it harkens back to when the place was the greenhouse.
Yes.
You don't remember?
I don't remember that.
You're so young. Anyway, yeah, the first restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
Did she just stump you?
She did stump me, yes.
Wow.
Do you
Impressive,
remember,
Jay.
Colin?
I do not.
I found the old
Yeah,
matchbook.
Maybe
That's kind of
mostly
cool.
women.
What year are we talking?
I don't know, maybe the 70s.
When did Belrose
80s?
open?
I think 2000. It was under a previous owner, and the building was actually painted like a sagey green before
know.
it got its sort of Gothic makeover.
No,
So
it
we're
was called the greenhouse, and they had a
Was it
greenhouse.
plant store?
yeah.
No, it might have been at one time, but I remember it as a little restaurant.
Wow.
Served chicken
Does
salad.
the existing planter box exist along the, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that all this, it's very complex and will be lovely, but I hope that the restaurant plans to maintain it.
Oh,
It's gotta be, maintenance is gonna be
The
a,
landscaping. is-
oh, of course,
but that's not our issue.
of course.
Dan, you want to talk about the landscaping then a little bit?
I could say a couple things about the landscape, I guess. I mean, we are planting with, I would say maybe about 70 to 80% native style plantings, not completely. But it's all things in kind that, get planted throughout Radnor all the time.
And also, a lot of them look like they'll take the heat
Yeah.
of being right near asphalt.
Yeah,
which
especially
is
along
mostly
that,
important.
the border between the road, salt tolerant, heat tolerant.
Salt and all that kind of
That'll be beneficial. We are getting rid of the big pack of mint, so if you walk by and take mint, then that will be gone. Otherwise, everything in the back in the courtyard, we're just planting, either salvaging what we can, but replanting the hostas that are already back there. It's relatively shady, and then just like Joe mentioned, cleaning up the front a little
I'd like
bit.
that you consider the location for the plants that you picked out, the species and the cultivars you picked out.
And we did not change any of the beds. Everything's getting replaced in kind as far as bed location.
You're good?
Yeah.
Landscaping, okay.
Yeah, it was a good selection for the location and everything. Mostly plants that are that are planted in parking lots really don't belong in parking lots.
I guess it's safe to say you're really not doing any extensive renovations. It's more of a paint and just general cleanup, change the appearance.
On the exterior, yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Would you say the rendering color is slightly lighter than the actual color?
The rendering color, I don't think, computer screens never do it justice. This is the wall color, which I think the renderings also make it look a little pink depending on the light of the sky,
Okay.
especially when you look at this outside.
Thank you.
And this is
This is the Blue Spring?
and this is the sign, which
Thanks.
there's an RAL match, but again, it's just slightly complementary.
just said, let's go back to the greenhouse.
There we go.
And you're saying the accent color will be the sign color?
Yeah, so the sign color is the accent color. It's that slightly darker.
Where else will
gray.
we see the accent color, like trims and?
It's really, I think, on at this time on the sign. I mean, most of the trim. I
The
think,
chiller guard will be the blue spring?
yeah, the chiller guard would be the blue spring to match the building. Most of the fascias probably will match the wall color, soffits, K-gutters. I think the trim around the windows might be white, just because the windows are vinyl.
So really just the accent color is the sign?
Pretty much, yeah.
Will the front doors colors be changing?
We're showing them as white. I mean, if there's any tonality, I don't think it's going to be anything, drastic. I don't think we're going to do neon green. It would be white or a shade of white.
Is part of the scope new driveway or new asphalt?
Not at this time, no.
How about trash, the dumpsters?
The dumpsters, I believe, and Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, are behind this fence right now.
Okay.
And again,
Currently where they are at?
yep, and when you pull in, you can kind of see it here, but it's a little dilapidated. There's a good, you can kind of see it right there.
Okay.
It's not a nice look.
Just tough locations because you're so close to residential, so.
You're so close to residential, and again, this is the first thing you see when guests pull up to the building.
You
Or
said it's a chiller. Is it a cooler box or is it it's a chiller?
I believe it's a cool. I guess I should say it's a cooler box. I think it's a walk-in, right?
Sure, I think it's a walk-in freezer essentially. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, you can see there.
Okay.
I think everything looks good. Just whoever you use to make your signs, just make sure that the fasteners are hidden.
Okay,
I don't
conceal
wanna see big
fasteners.
screws through the,
Okay,
yeah. So,
And where will you put the address?
that's a great question. I believe it's on the sign.
It's on the sign, right?
Let me
Is that
just
a joke,
check.
Wayne?
yeah.
That was a joke, right?
I'm pretty sure we're still calling it 333. Yep, 333 Belrose.
Twice. And I'm not sure, but the A-frame tent signs are not allowed in Radnor Township.
Okay.
A lot of restaurants put them out, and they get called in on it, so
Okay,
you
we'll
can
keep that.
mention it to the owner. He's thinking of buying one. If he doesn't have one, save his money.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
One further question.
Yeah.
The existing pictures show an air conditioned unit under a window, but the facades show nothing. Is that staying or going?
I think that's one of those things where it's going to stay. I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah, I
we've
was just-
captured it.
Just curious.
Yeah.
Okay.
It isn't.
I was
it's-
just gonna, say, make
Okay.
sure it's blending nicely if it's going out.
I think too, it's white right now, so I think with the building going, a gray blue, it's actually going to stick out a lot less
Yeah,
on the
Okay.
facade.
it looks great.
Yeah, it's a nice plan.
I like it too.
Should look good. So, all right, I'm trying to think.
You have any questions for us?
I don't think so.
When do you
What's
think
your
this will
proposed
be done?
schedule?
We're currently hoping to start late August, early September, and open by November at the latest. That's our current
Good.
schedule.
All right, great. Colin?
Yep, and a matter of DRB 2024-43, Belrose Cap LLC, motion to approve new facade renovations and sign changes, wall sign and monument sign. Motion to approve.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. One last thing I do want to mention, though, because it is residential, you're only allowed 15 square feet maximum of signage,
Okay.
but it sounds like Kevin's giving you the blessing there to do
Yes.
in-kind changes.
And I think we're just shy of that. I think we're technically 16, but again, I spoke with him on the phone, and he
Yeah.
said as long as we're keeping it to the
Right.
existing size
Well,
in
total,
kind.
you're at about 30 if you had your
Oh, the
wall
two
sign
signs.
with your wall sign.
Mhm.
But we've got it, so it's okay.
And what's strange about the building is the portion along KOP, it's technically 3 parcels, and if you look in the zoning, that portion is zoned commercial.
Okay,
So I think
right.
there's a little bit of adding on with time.
okay, good. No, it looks great, so lots of luck with the project.
Thank you, sir.
luck.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
thanks,
board
guys.
members.
After all, it was a greenhouse.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Have a good night now. Okay, next we have DRB 2024-44, the application of Wolfgang Bakery and Grooming at 503 West Lancaster Avenue for wall signage.
What's up?
Hi.
See that? I think I also have the jump drive too, see what comes out better.
Oh, okay.
Pop it on the side here.
I have to commend this tenant and her name.
Oh, I know, isn't it a great name?
Great. You know, Wolfgang.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Is it going to be pink?
Guess we're going to find out.
Maybe a lot of French poodles will be coming.
Really? If you're going to go in, this is the town to do it, right?
Huh?
I said this is the town to do it. Yeah.
Is it a dog bakery?
Perfect, cool.
Dog bakery.
All right, good evening, everybody. I'm Ryan with Sign of Ramen, Doylestown. I'm representing our client, Wolfgang Bakery. We were planning on opening up a business specializing in, for pets, for dogs, bakery, grooming, pretty straightforward. My proposal tonight is for 3 signs. I did speak to Kevin, and we did fall under the 50 square feet, and I have that on the documents. We're 37.25 square feet, so we are 13 feet under. As far as the material goes, the first sign here that you see, we're planning on doing a nice decorative scroll bracket to kind of keep to the historic sandblasted.
You know,
old-
let's leave that for last. Let's look at the wall signs
The
first.
wall sign, okay, great,
Okay.
yeah, okay. Yeah, let me go to the next one.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, I had that as drawing 1. All right. All right, so this is the first one. Single-sided, 18 by 144, just basically being installed over the front door of their entrance there.
So there's some goosenecks.
Yeah, those are existing.
Yeah.
Um,
The 2 on the ends, I guess, are just going to.
Yeah, so we'll just center it underneath the first one
Looks like
there.
you're going to have 1 for the sign itself.
Yeah, 1, yeah.
1,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, unless, I don't know if they're making any alterations to the building, but as of that plan, it got approved by their corporate people and the tenant themselves. so.
Okay, all right. And you probably heard from previous applications about the hidden fasteners.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right.
Well, actually, that's what's nice about this material. It's a synthetic, high-density urethane that we prime it, we paint it, and then when we go to install it, the actual screws can get embedded into the material really nice, and then we seal it with silicone and paint over top of it, so you can't even see it.
You're not going to see anything?
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
all right, good. What do you guys feel about the sign? Jane?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Go ahead.
It's pink, but that's all right.
It is pink?
Yeah, that's their
Okay,
color.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, pink and brown, pink, brown, and white.
It's not in keeping with the center's
Yes.
look, if you ask me, but.
That's what I was
But
going to
they
say.
must have signed off on it, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, they sent it to they got approval from the landlord and all that stuff.
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
All right. So this is a corporation as such?
It is, it's a franchise. Yeah,
Franchise.
and actually, the owners of this business, they were already part of another franchise, so they're just branching out. Same group of people, they owned a couple fitness studios in Jersey, and now this is their next business venture, getting
Okay.
into dog grooming. Go
All right.
figure.
Okay. All right, so we're good with that one sign, and the other sign looks like the same thing, just faces Route 30.
Yeah, second one is just facing the other way. They're getting some street exposure there.
A little smaller.
Let's see, that was kind of added on at the end. Same concept, same material, literally the same thing, just smaller in size.
What do you think? Yeah. So it's good. Yeah. What's that blue dot to the right of the sign?
Oh, that's from Google Maps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
Gotcha.
just-
All
Yep.
right. Okay, so we're good on that?
This thing's going to be removed?
No, on the,
Oh, got it,
screen.
never mind.
Yeah. So everything fits below the 15 feet from grade requirement, so we're good there. So that sign looks good also.
Okay.
Is that a bay window that's
Yeah, it's like a,
three-sided, like diagonal?
yeah, it has a couple
returns?
projecting panes that
So
are.
how's your sign gonna work?
So that, above that is actually, that's actually flat above there. It
The full
projects-
width of the
it's-
window?
It projects out, but then the windows are below it and they kind of concave in
Ah.
a little bit.
I'll have to drive by and look.
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
Yeah,
I didn't either.
okay.
I'm
That
so
was-
busy trying
But
not to get
it's,
hit by
there's a
cars.
sign there now?
There.
Or
There,
the
no,
box
there's,
is there?
there's nothing there now. There,
But
I don't know, I'm sure there was probably up, you guys probably would know better than I.
But it wants to take a sign right now.
It does, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It was a jewelry store prior, right?
Okay.
I'm
I
pretty sure.
think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a jewelry
believe
store.
jewelry
Yeah, yeah, they've been out since,
And the rug people are beside.
right. Okay, so we're good with both wall signs as such?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
good there, okay. So let's take a look at that projecting sign.
Yeah, okay. Again, same material, it's a synthetic high-density urethane, painted, the same colors. It's gonna be a double-sided projecting sign. I have my height off the ground for the sign itself. And then the bracket, it's a 2-inch by 2-inch powder-coated aluminum bracket that we're gonna have eyelets on to hang the sign. It's got a bold look to it, structurally sound, and it's gonna be anchored into the brick or the facade. I don't know what's behind the facade, but whatever screws that we use to hang the bracket, we'll have that, siliconed in there properly so it doesn't fall out. And then it's also gonna be painted to match the bracket's black, but we'll paint the screw heads to match the bracket so it doesn't look.
So Ryan, a couple of things with the
Yeah.
projecting sign. I mean, up until some years ago, nobody had projecting signs in Radnor Township. You weren't allowed to have them.
Okay,
And then something was passed within the center, even back when it was called Spread Eagle Village.
That's pretty cool.
It's just
Eagle
Eagle
Village.
Village now, yeah. Yeah, it was a number of years ago. But anyway, Eagle Village was allowed to put projecting signs.
okay.
Now, what you're proposing and what is in our code book are two different things.
Okay.
So I don't know whether Eagle Village has a different,
Yeah, Kevin looked at, I talked to him on the phone yesterday, he didn't seem to have a problem with it at all.
okay, because it's a lot larger.
Yeah, that happens,
Code book says.
we're up by Peddler's Village, up in Doylestown, and Peddler's Village is the same thing, like,
Yeah.
they have Lahaska code, but for some reason, whatever it is inside that village,
Yeah.
there's anything flies in there. It's-
Okay. Well,
It's really weird.
we're going to have to double check
Yeah.
with Kevin on that.
Okay.
To make sure, because I'll just tell you, on the, in our Radnor Township code, let's see here, so height-wise, can't be any lower than 9 feet.
Yep.
Any higher than 12 feet.
Right, we're
So
good
you
there.
said you have your, what did you propose?
I'm at nine, I
He's
believe
at
I'm at,
Is it 9? Okay.
yeah, let's see if I can
So
see.
no lower than 9, no higher than 12.
Yeah.
No lights.
No lights.
Okay. It can't swing.
Right, it's gonna have, so basically what we do is we put a stabilizer on there so it doesn't swing.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. And it's got to be at least 12 feet away from any other projecting signs. I don't know if the neighbor has one.
yeah, so actually to the left of that,
Yeah.
that actually rides all the way down. I think that storefront is pretty wide to the
Okay.
left, so their next neighbor is way down the
Okay.
way.
All right. And then on the size, let me see here. It can't be, oh, you're only allowed 4 square feet total. So you're way over.
Okay,
Yeah, but that's in our code book, 4 square feet total. Again, I don't know if it's applicable to Eagle Village, but just to let you know.
okay,
And then it can't be any wider than 30 inches, and it can't be any less than 12 inches. So
Yeah,
minimum is 12,
I
and,
think it's almost 4 feet off the wall.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a bit big.
Yeah, so I think before we approve that projecting sign, let's just run it by Kevin again, and just to make 100% sure. 'Cause Like
Okay.
I said, there might be special language in the code for Eagle Village and. Village.
yeah, because they were very adamant. When I first proposed signage, I was gonna do channel letters, and they immediately shot that down. They're like, no lighted signs. But
Right.
then we went back to the drawing board, came up with this look, and they all seemed okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
All right,
And what's making it on that side of the facade rather than closer to Lancaster? The projected sign?
For the, I believe in there, it's very similar like Peddler's Village is. There's more foot traffic inside and there's more notice of the storefronts
Got it.
because the parking lots abut one another, like on each side. So it's,
Yeah, it's-
you get more visibility from the overall feel of the,
yeah.
That's a good answer.
Actually, I'm trying to think to the left of that might be a barber shop.
I can't picture it.
Yeah, I think it's a barber shop, and he's got his,
I'm getting
Our
like
report.
Dunkin' Donuts vibes from this thing.
I know.
The more I look at it.
Yeah, it's not from what I heard, it's not very, I don't know. It seems still very commercialized in there. It doesn't seem like it has its own, like, village-type feel in there.
Yeah, yeah,
I
no,
guess.
I
don't know.
agree, yeah.
Yeah, it's more or less just an outside mall.
Well, it's been vacant for a while. I guess they're hungry for a tenant, so,
Yeah.
yeah, so.
Yeah,
hopefully it'll
take
do
who you
well.
can get now.
Yeah. All right. Colin, Jane, any other comments, or?
No,
No?
I think so.
Any-
How we're going to approve this is going to
Great.
be, we're going to approve the wall signs,
Yeah, no, we'll,
and they're going to say that the applicant will come back for the hanging sign,
unless Kevin finds it, that it's
unless
okay.
Kevin finds it is
Yeah, okay.
okay.
Ryan, you have any questions for us?
No, just, yes, just let me know. And I do have a question. This is the first time we're going for permits in this township.
Yes.
So after this whole process is done, do we have to go through, we have to go get
Get a
actual
building permit.
permits then, right?
Right.
Through
A
Radnor?
building permit.
The building permit. Okay, got it. Okay. Now, would I do that through Kevin then?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You're good, Lisa, with everything?
Yes, they were supposed to give us sign calculations.
I did. It's on there. I have it on the second bubble notes, 37.25 square feet. That's what I put that on all three drawings. That's what he told me to do yesterday.
Okay, do we have some for copies for the record?
Yep, I have a whole bunch of copies for everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, you got it?
Thanks, Lisa. All right, Jane, you want to take this?
Okay. For DRB 2024-44 Wolfgang Bakery at Eagle Village, I move to approve the 2 wall signs and for the projecting sign, as it is outside, its size is outside the code, we recommend that Signorama go to Kevin to see if there is a special thing or
Right.
special size in Eagle Village. Otherwise, they will have to come back to us
Yes. Okay.
for the projecting
Or
sign.
do away with it altogether.
Okay.
Right.
Does that that's too convoluted.
I think it makes sense. Lisa, did it make sense to you? There you
Okay.
go.
Second.
Okay, all in
I
favor?
approve.
So if he
Okay.
says no, I gotta come back, you gotta come back to the historic review?
If you want a projecting sign.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be fulfilling the size, that would be shrunk down to size.
And that's a whole nother month then you'd have to wait for?
well, if you need to come back, and I think we'd probably look at it as a continuance, and, yeah, you would have to Ryan, you'd have to get your plans into the office by July 24th to
Okay.
be on the agenda for the August 14th meeting. We
But
always
you
meet the
could
second Wednesday.
proceed with a building permit for the wall signs.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And who knows, maybe tomorrow Kevin will look at it and say, no, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we,
Yeah, I mean, he was-
You can make it that size.
The only thing he said he had an issue with was the fact that I didn't have the total square footage in all three
Okay.
drawings.
well,
And
that's the issue. I mean, he needed to see the size of the sign.
Yeah, but that was his only issue that he,
Yeah.
and he said, you should be good after that.
Yeah, okay, we'll just double check it with him, that's all, just to play it safe.
Because the
Because-
total square footage of the projecting sign puts you over the square footage.
Well, he's.
No, I'm actually, that actually, all that together is 37.25.
Yeah,
I was allowed a total of 50.
yeah, he's only allowed on that projecting sign 4 square feet,
Yeah.
and he's well over 11 plus,
Okay.
so that's the question, we're just gonna, run up by Kevin just to make sure everything's good. Because you know what, if it's a mistake and you get a big sign like that, everybody else in the center is gonna want a big sign, and then, you know,
Yeah, I know.
the way
I know
that
how
goes. Yeah. So,
All right, good luck.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll just reach out to Kevin a couple days or tomorrow, or,
You can ask Lisa.
okay, cool, all right. You're Lisa Curry, right? Oh, yeah, I have your email address and everything, too. All right. Okay.
All right, thank you, Ryan.
All right, thanks a lot.
Take care. All right, last on tonight's agenda, DRB 2024-45, the application of Eda Enterprises at 118 West Lancaster Avenue for a deck.
We should just give him a seat up here. He's here enough now.
Yeah, that's good.
So, a couple photos here of what it looks like now.
Okay, tell us your name.
That's right. All right, it's been a month and I already forget.
Yeah.
Kieran Ryan, I'm representing Eda Enterprises, and this is one property we have above, at the table BYOB. There is a apartment, and currently the back the back of the apartment rooftop, we're hoping to put a deck back there. So currently, this is what you can see from the parking lot and the road. And we're proposing, this is what the back of the deck looks like here. We're proposing to put a gray wood composite deck, and then also add the fence back here as well. This is what it would look like up top from an aerial view.
Karen, that is for apartment dwellers, not for the restaurant?
For the apartment only.
For the apartment only, okay. Looks good to me.
My only comment would be, make sure the structural load can handle it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll be putting in the building permit shortly after, once this gets approved.
So is it for both sides? No, only half? Only half the existing flat roof?
Yes. So we're planning on,
Going to the edge of the mechanicals,
yes,
Got it, got it.
a little bit shorter than that.
Yeah, got it.
might be a little smelly, but.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. These are HVAC and, I mean,
ones that
the
ignore,
food down there
right?
is pretty good, so we'll hope it's
Yeah, I got you.
pretty good smelling, but
And what's that, a one-bedroom, one-bath, or?
2-bedroom, 2-bath, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting,
I didn't even know it was there.
yeah,
And you won't know it's there when they're done.
yeah.
Exactly.
So I know you have residents living just west of that. Shouldn't be a problem, noise or anything like that?
We actually currently have tenants in there as well, so we're trying to stay as mindful of that as possible.
Right.
We're going to keep that as quiet. We're working out the schedules with the people inside the apartment to make sure that it's late enough in the middle of the day and not too late where people are going to be coming home for dinner and things like that.
All right, really maximizing it, that's good.
One more question. What's the proposed railing?
It's going to be kind of similar to what we have here. These are reinforced. So you have this wiring that kind of goes on the outside of it, but it'll be wood with the plastic kind of PVC on the inside, if that makes any sense. So you have the wood bar that comes here, steel reinforced, and then this is kind of PVC on the back.
So the railing almost looks like a fence?
Yeah. It's made to look just exactly like a white picket fence, although these are more, PVC rather than wood.
Okay.
Interesting. Any lighting?
There's a little light on the back existing, although it's so dim that it doesn't create much.
Okay.
But nothing additional, no.
Yeah, I think Colin had a good point. You gotta make that, sure that thing structurally.
Well, I mean, they're going to submit for building. permit.
Yeah. It's an old building and, God knows.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be Party Time USA up on that roof or what?
Hopefully not. We'll try to keep that as calm as
Be a
possible.
good venue for the music festival, up there.
Start selling seats, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cut
Questions?
and dry.
I don't know, as long as this is good with you guys.
Matter of DRB 2024-45, motion to approve new rooftop deck for residents above restaurant located at 118 West Lancaster Avenue.
Okay, do we hear a second?
I second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thanks, Karen.
Thanks, Jared.
Appreciate it. Looks like that wraps up our meeting tonight, so get out there and enjoy the heat, man.
Yeah,
We'll
thank
see
you.
See you in August.
See you, Kieran.
Thanks.